I'm sorry. I hope you turned it around too, because I'm turning mine around. Yeah, the day I was born, the very moment I was born, in fact, yeah, the doctor turned to my parents and said, "It's a boy." I failed. I failed at that. Thank you. I did. I failed. I mean, if it's not apparent, I fucking failed, okay? I failed. And I'm really proud of that failure. I am so glad I failed. Thank you all. Thank you. I'm really glad I failed at that one. Yeah, life's so much better since then. Yeah, the best moment, one of the best, I've had a lot of good moments, but one of the great moments of my life was when I finally got to turn in that fucking man card that I was never meant to carry. So good, so good. Yeah, put that sucker up on eBay, lightly used in original packaging. Yeah, good. Probably could have bedazzled it, put it on Etsy, maybe. Anyway, let me check my notes here. So, one of the things I'm learning as a trans woman is that apparently I am responsible for the demise of civilization as we know it.
Yeah.
Apparently that's a fucking heavy burden to carry, you know? I'm not sure I'm up to tearing down the whole shit show. I'm working on it, but, you know, that's a pretty damn heavy burden. Yeah. You know, there are people who seem to be uncomfortable with being around trans people, particularly, well, I can only speak from the perspective of a trans woman, but I find there are definitely people, particularly, to be honest, men and Republicans. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's almost like being trans is this contagious disease that they might catch from being near me. Like, oh my God, I might become a girl. Bro, you should be so lucky. Should. Thank you. Yeah, you know, it's like this idea that being trans is like this contagious disease and we have to eradicate that. God, if they put half that much effort into eradicating COVID. God. Yeah, another common thing that people throw out there, you know, we trans women, we're just peeping toms who want to get in the ladies' room. Are they fucking kidding me? Have you seen how long that line is? Like anybody would choose to get in it that didn't have to. No. Now, clearly, we trans women, we transition because of all the benefits we gain in society as women. Yeah. Higher pay, yeah. Greater respect, more safety, all those benefits. We clearly got to shut that shit down because everybody wants to get in on that gravy train. Yeah. No. Yeah, I did notice you're all, you know, kind of a safe distance away. Like, no, really, it's not a contagious disease. I assure you. As our dear Republican legislatures will affirm, the only way you can catch being trans is to read books. Or go to a drag show. One of those two. Apparently, that's where you get it, so.
You're dumb.
Don't get me started. Nah. Yeah, I mean, I count the benefit of being trans woman every time I go look at my paycheck and count that 20% discount I got for being woman. Yep. Right along, helps cover that razor, though, that Lana mentioned. I'm gonna grab this. I don't have to keep looking back there. did start hormone therapy several years ago. Estrogen's so much better than testosterone. I'm sorry, guys, but it is. Sorry, but you carry your cross. I'll let you. But all my life, I was told to grow a pair. I thought they meant boobs. So I did. They're there. They're there. They're not very big, I mean, wait, but they're there. Thank you. I did find though that it is very challenging to find bras in size 38A. Really fucking hard. Fucking hard. Yeah. Yep. And then, other fun benefits of being trans. Well, for example, I was looking through this list of the top 3 cancer risks for men, the top 3 cancer risks for women, and I thought, oh shit, I am at risk for 4 of the top 3 cancers. Fun. Mm-hmm. Obviously, everybody wants to get in on that, so again, gotta shut that shit down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, going through puberty twice, I know you're all jealous. I'm sorry. Sorry you can't be trans. It's so cool. And then my doctor recently was like, Andrea, I need you to cut down on your trans fat. How rude! How rude! It's all trans fat. That's all I got. Sorry, that's all I got. Trans fat. So the other day I was going to yoga class, and I'm walking over here, actually not too far away, near the bus depot, and got all my yoga stuff, and this guy across the street starts screaming, yelling at me, "You're going to hell for doing yoga!" And I was like, what the fuck, dude? That's it? Yoga? God, I've been working too hard. I told you I used to be a Christian. That was interesting. Yeah, being a Christian. So I got a lot of sinning to make up for, people. I got a lot of years of sinning to make up for. And I want credit for something more than just doing yoga. God, I was so disappointed. I've been working so hard. And all I had to do was yoga? God, I could have done that years ago. Yeah. So, one fun thing, I was at a party recently and I was just talking to this woman. One thing about being a Christian or a former Christian, you can pretty quickly identify people who also used to be Christian and grew up in that little evangelical Christian subculture. One of the ways you can do it is you mention Veggie Tales.
I love Veggie Tales. I was not born Christian though.
Okay.
Muslim.
Okay, but you love Veggie Tales. All right, cool. It is kind of fun. Silly songs with Larry. You can't go wrong with silly songs with Larry. I will not break into a silly song with Larry right now, though. That would be almost embarrassing even for me, and I don't embarrass easily. So I do want to recognize for those in the audience who are not queer that the LGBTQ alphabet it's unwieldy. I'm going to own that as a queer person. Now, before anybody starts throwing, you can throw money, but don't throw stones, don't throw tomatoes. I'll split the money with luxury. That it is a lot of letters. So we're going to make things easier. We're going to reduce it to 2 letters, and we're going to reduce it to 2 letters by basically making queer the new normal. Which means if you're not queer, you're the one that's going to have to come out. And that's going to make it 2 single things, 2 things, cisgender, heterosexual, C and H. You can pronounce it, people. Chuck. Chuck. Doesn't get any simpler than that. You even have your own sugar. C and H. From Hawaii. Come on. How good does it get? How good does it get? So, yeah, it's the new queer, and queer is the new normal. Now, lest you leave tonight thinking that I have some beef with chub people, I do not. I think chub people are great. I have a chub friend. I have a chub friend. She's great. I love her. She's awesome. Yeah. And you know, I have sympathy for chub people, you know, because it is hard to be so ordinary, but it's not your fault. You couldn't help it. Don't know how awesome it is to be queer. That's okay. I feel for you. I feel for you. I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to leave you with one last little tidbit for tonight. So you've probably heard, because, well, it's hard not to hear it from certain sources, at least, about the trans agenda. Trans agenda. This big, scary, dark trans agenda. Now, I got it. It's right there in that book. It's that book. They give it to us when we come out as trans, so we know what our agenda is. I can't show it to you. Sorry, violation of the trans code. But I'm going to give you a teaser. Well, I'm going to give you the summary right here. Trans Agenda 2023. We just fucking want to live our lives. Thank you. My name is Andrea. Thanks for coming out. It's great to be with you all.